bees are dying, and our survival hangs in the balance. In the past year, over 70% of U.S. bee colonies, more than 1.1 million hives, were lost, marking the worst collapse on record. At 4RBs, we're fighting back with our breakthrough PureWave cell, a quantum frequency device crafted with 48,000 Gauss rare earth magnets in the shape of the flower of life. When placed inside a beehive, it delivers remarkable results. Colonies grow 2 to 3 times larger, honey production soars, pesticide and antibiotic use drops to zero, colony collapse nearly vanishes, and queen replacements plummet. Every purchase also supports our beekeeper program, providing free PureWave cells to small beekeepers worldwide. Rebuilding life one hive at a time. Join the fight today and buy a jar of PureWave honey, or even one of the cells used by the beekeepers. Use code WITF for 20% off at 4rbs.com. And if you're listening on audio only, that's the number 4, letter R, bees.com.
Where in the Folk is not and should not be viewed as a news source. Any names, places, or likenesses mentioned are purely fictional, and any information discussed is purely speculative. Guest opinions are their own and do not reflect those of anyone else. Where in the Folk is not responsible for content accuracy of any stories that are told or what people do with these stories. This show is vulgar, sometimes graphic, and due to its content, it should not be viewed by anyone, actually.
Welcome to another episode of Where in the Folk. Sorry about that. I was reading. Hope everybody's had a great day and a great week. And thank you for joining myself, Cecil, totally the guy with the, I thought he was wearing a red shirt, and Morgana.
This was
He changed during the break.
this was a shirt for to support the floods.
Yeah.
So Hurricane Helene.
So before we get started, I want to go ahead and talk about something local to me. You know, I've brought up, the city council drama and stuff randomly. Less than about a little over an hour ago, they impeached our mayor after a long discussion today. And so that Fox 56 News is stating that Mayor Weddle joked that he won a bet. So apparently he knew it was coming. And last night under tarps, apparently he cleared out his office.
Under tarps?
Yeah, like they set up a bunch of tarps or something apparently, and he cleared out his office. So that's ongoing. The drama in London, Kentucky continues.
That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, that is.
I thought that was wild. I was like,
I don't guess I've ever known an impeached mayor.
Hey, Landa. Hey, Jenny.
Not without being arrested,
Right, there you go. It usually, there's a precursor to that. So,
but
charges.
I'm pasting a video in the chat for you to play. It's going to be my contribution, one of the contributions to the Friday Feel Good.
Totally said one of his contributions, and he literally did all the research.
Hey, I have a story he didn't have that's a Friday Feel Good. So now.
Well, my stories are literally follow-up. We watched this guy talk about Helen Keller Saturday.
Uh-huh.
And everybody got so up in arms about the Helen Keller things. He made a bunch of follow-up videos, and I got the follow-up videos if we want to watch them.
So the one you want to watch right now is Tim Pool.
Dylan, but yes.
Oh, yeah, Dylan.
This is ridiculous.
That's what bothers people about this Palantir thing.
Yeah, we were talking about that yesterday.
Yeah.
The Palantir thing is very odd.
Well, Peter Thiel is giving a 4-part lecture on the Antichrist. This is like me doing a 4-part lecture on Long Island racism. Just to show everybody, how much I know about it and how scary it is and how we got to watch out for it. But it's totally not me or anyone I know. It's so strange to have this. You build military AI, military drone, autonomous drone technology to export to war zones all over the world. Mm-hmm. You build domestic surveillance technology to surveil our friends and neighbors. And then your other pet passion is the Antichrist. It's odd. Wouldn't you include tennis? Wouldn't you go, and I'm big into tennis? Something else. It's odd. And I like ice fishing. I build autonomous drone technology. I build domestic surveillance technology.
And I love lake trout.
And I love lake trout. And I love big mouth bass fishing.
Yeah.
But instead he goes, and I've also developed quite a keen interest in Satan. And I'd love to.
Tim Dillon's funny though. I mean,
he has a point. There's a point there in there somewhere.
So this interest you have in Satan.
Yes. Yeah. No regular hobbies.
Crossroads demon. Just curious.
Yeah. No regular hobbies, but he's interested in the Antichrist.
I mean, it is crazy. It is wild that Peter Till's just like going to do a big thing over Satan and the Antichrist. I want to watch it, but I don't want to watch it at the same time. Like, I don't know. Maybe he's going to speak something into existence. I don't know.
You want what is it? Plausible deniability.
Yeah.
Yeah. If he does it live, you can say, "I had no idea."
Yeah.
I mean, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my thing is Peter Thiel for or against? Like, which one's happening there? Because if he's for, that would make sense. If he's against, I don't know.
Well, and the thing, all of us have some very strange and unusual interests. We've talked about many of them on this show and the other one, but we don't have the means to like push any of that into existence.
Yeah. Yeah. Some of them have weird technologies, including all of this artificial intelligence. I didn't include this, but I think it was in Wisconsin this week. They announced a data center for AI, like another huge data center. And it's going to consume more energy than all of the houses in Wisconsin put together.
Wow.
And I mean, if every state ends up getting one of these data centers, that at what point are where are the activists?
Yeah.
Where are the people who want to save the world is what I want to know. Somebody plow them a road through the rainforest to Wisconsin so that we can get some climate activists into Wisconsin.
Right.
Jenny, if you can email me some information on Peach Mountain Data Center to WITF@gmx.com. I'll do some research on that. We'll cover that next week.
It's down there, Jenny, the email. Yep. Oh, by the way, I know you saw the sponsor.
Yeah.
Look how big that jar of honey is.
And it's delicious. Jar. It's very good.
Yep.
Big jar of honey.
It gives us a good purpose.
This honey doesn't taste like any honey you've ever had before in your life. And
it really doesn't. When I went to visit Tully last weekend, we were putting it on each other's backs and licking it off.
Yeah, that's a regular, a regular activity.
I've had multiple people try it too, and every one of them look at it like, because it's kind of got a little bit of that like foam from where, because it's whipped. It's not pasteurized, and they take a bite and they're like, "Oh wow, I was really expecting it to be like grainy or gritty or something, but this is really good." So I'm like, yeah, it's just different than anything you've ever had.
I don't smoke marijuana anymore, but when I did, and if you're an adult that's old enough to make your own decisions and do this, honey made a very good sealant for blunts. So this would be amazing for that as well. Let's move on.
Okay. So this here recently, there was a young man. His name was Maverick Francisco Oyo. And I probably butchered that. But he discovered that his parents couldn't afford a prom dress for his sister, Lou. And with prom just around the corner, he went into creative overdrive. And despite having no formal fashion design training, he took matters into his own hands and crafted a stunning winter ball gown for her himself. Nice. Said he went to YouTube and Google to learn design techniques, drew inspiration from a renowned Filipino fashion designer, Michael Cinco, and sketched a gorgeous blue and white dress suited for the proms theme. And then, of course, it went viral because, he showed his technique and everything. And okay, I'm that person. My sewing looks great as long as you don't look on the backside. If you look on the backside, my sewing looks like crap. But he did a damn good job. Hang on. I got to share. This deserves a share. Quit being a jackass.
No, Jenny said my email left with Elvis. So
Okay.
He just went home. Oh, that's nice.
And that's the little boy right there. I don't know. Let me see if I can get it bigger.
That's
So
stylish.
So the little
Isn't it
boy
cool?
made this?
The
Yeah.
little boy made this just going on YouTube and stuff, getting ideas, of how to do it. And made the dress for his sister.
That's
Which
sweet.
isn't it awesome? So
Yeah,
see,
we need
there
to
are good kids.
Yeah, we need to have better stories like this. That's a really stylish dress, dude. I like that. That's
Mhm.
fancy
Yeah.
cool. Whatever.
Yeah,
I
that's
like
neat.
that. I couldn't have done it. So, so good job, dude. Good job.
Good job, kid. What's his name?
His name is Maverick Francisco Oyao. Oyao.
He's got a future in front of him. I've never seen anything made like that. And that's something that
Nope.
can be on the gala.
Uh-huh. Absolutely. So anyway, there we go. See, I have a Friday feel good.
That is a
He
feel
can-
good.
He can start making dresses for all them devils that go to that thing. But no, that was really
Yeah.
nice.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I thought it was pretty cool.
There was
So, all right.
just to get this out of the way. I don't know if you guys saw, but there was a they brought a bunch of the Epstein survivors together this week.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And basically threatened our government and said, if you don't release the list, we are.
Oh.
And that went about as well as you can imagine.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is what I would consider to be very fringe politicians are the only ones supporting these people. Like one of them's the only person who hasn't taken any APAC money.
Mm-hmm.
And there's only like 3 or 4 politicians that are even supporting the voices of the victims, which is very telling.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it really is. I
Um,
mean, something needs to come out about this because it was a massive. I mean, at this point, there's no doubt it's a massive sex trafficking ring, probably designed for blackmail. So
Yeah. Well, the government claiming that there wasn't a client list obviously has only deepened suspicions. And
Mhm.
I think that obviously it was a publicity stunt to march a bunch of Epstein survivors into Congress, but that's what I think we need. And
in this instance,
I do think that they should publish the list themselves if the government won't. If the government, it's their responsibility to take care of the people under its jurisdiction. And when it fails that responsibility, it becomes the people's responsibility. So I definitely think the survivors should do what they feel is appropriate. And I believe these politicians that are, and it's bipartisan, the few politicians that are supporting this, but they said that they would release it so that they could pay for the legal fees when they get sued over it.
Yeah. Well, and that's my thing too, is, first off, I'm very proud of them, because that's a hard thing, to put yourself out there when you've already, suffered through this. You've been a victim. But like you said, if the government's not going to do what they've been promising that they were going to do,
Yes.
then I don't blame them a bit. But furthermore, as well as I do, if 90% of our politicians were not on that damn list, it would have been published.
or at least a lot of people that know people.
And I'm thinking global politicians too,
Yep.
because it's not just one intelligence agency that's involved in this; it's all of them.
The only one
I
that's
do-
really seen any kind of real repercussions out of this whole thing is that Prince, and
Yeah.
he's not living in the dirt or anything, but he's not.
I think
Where
they
you
just found somebody that they could give as a scapegoat that wouldn't affect their lives too much, because really the royals don't do anything other than make public appearances.
Like what, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th in line. So it's not like he's an important, member per
Yeah.
se, so, but yeah, I do have concerns about the well-being of these women,
Yeah.
but I'm hoping that by being open and out with it, that it'll be a little bit safer.
It's the easiest way to hide.
Yeah. And
Exactly.
the thing about it is they shouldn't even done this. They should have just brought it.
Yes.
I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
Because what's going to happen as soon as this hits anywhere, when and if they do this, immediate smear campaigns
Oh, yeah,
against every one of them.
absolutely.
Well,
That's the first
and-
thing. There's going to be internet bullying for these ladies because the dead internet things are going to use people's fake profiles and stuff.
Bots. Lots of
Yes.
bots.
Well,
So maybe
because
we
it's happened before. We have had people come forward and tell their stories and then back out because they were bullied so badly.
Yeah.
So
No.
maybe it is good that they didn't bring the list this time. Maybe they're getting them set up for that backlash. Like
Mhm.
what's going to happen. You need to be prepared for this and this and this. Because if it just happens all at once, like somebody that's been abused like that already can already go into a fragile mental state immediately.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and the thing I've learned, the more that we've been talking about this kind of stuff, it's like all of the defense that the corruptible politicians have about not releasing it. It's like, it's almost like that thing where you blame people for stuff when it's something you're really doing,
Mhm.
where you're like, we're not going to do that because of XYZ.
Right.
And it's like, well, and then they want to get into, well, this party didn't release it. Why should we?
Mhm.
And then it's the inverse of that. Well, your party didn't release it, so you must be part of it.
Oh, yeah.
And everybody's getting into that kind of thing whenever it's all of them.
Mhm.
Like I don't know.
dude,
It- it-
like I've seen it on a small scale. That's exactly what's happening in this town right now. And
Yes.
like
Mhm.
it's nuts, man. It's crazy.
Yes,
Yeah.
because if the people turned on all of them and actually fixed the problem, they don't want their roots to be dug up, so they're just gonna throw stuff back and forth until one of them gets nailed and then act like nothing happened.
Yeah, there was a politician, and I'm not going to try to remember what state because I can't, and it'll be wrong. But he was a minister at his church. He was, big politician, and his big, platform, the thing that he harped on over and over and over and over again were gays. Oh, this is a sin against God, rah rah rah, the whole 9 yards, and then pictures were
gay.
released of him in a hotel with a
And then
teenage
he
boy.
was Yeah,
Yeah.
that happens a lot where people.
And I
It
think
seems like
that
the people
that's-
who express hatred toward groups, whether it be,
Yep.
you name it. It seems like the people who have the most hatred are like closeted and just
Yep.
struggling with their own internal battles with those feelings.
And I
What do
think
you-
that's where we're at with the Epstein list. I
Did
think
you
that,
hear-
like I said, they're all guilty.
Did you hear us talking about Joe McMoneagle, Jenny? We were talking about
Yeah.
that the other day.
Yeah, everything you're bringing up is stuff we talk about sometimes, Jenny. You need to pop on sometime. Send us an email on some dates you're available, and we'll go through a list of them. The binary toxins is crazy. The TCDA and the TCDB, I think, is what she's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd love to get in that stuff sometime. That'd be fun.
Something that broke my heart this week is Freddy's is being sold to private equity.
No, Freddy's Steakhouse,
Yeah,
steak burgers. I mean,
steak
Smack.
burgers. If you don't know what Freddy's is, it's like a steak and shake on steroids. Like they have fry sauce,
It's so delicious.
and it's always been the bomb. But they sold it once in 2021, and they have ran it into the ground. So they're selling it again to another private equity firm, and that's just breaking my heart because Freddy's has 550 locations,
Yeah.
and they're doing well, like sales wise. Like they sold $1 billion last year.
It's one of
But-
those places, though. Once you've been there a few times and you know who cooks good and who doesn't, when you see the wrong cook, you're like, I'm gonna leave.
Well, yeah, all it's going to take. So the person that acquired it back in 2021, they made some decisions that I didn't necessarily agree with. One of which was to take the sauce. Like you used to be able to pump your own fry sauce next to the
Yeah.
fountain drinks. now you have to do the Chipotle CEO thing and like nod and wink to get your fry sauce.
Hey, Crystal.
Hey, Crystal.
So I think they're just going to continue to run it into the ground. But it's like Cecil said, all it's going to take is for me to have one or two bad experiences, and I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Right.
I was
Exactly.
Linda, but she called me and told her name, so I quit. So
Well,
Hey, Crystal.
talking about, the Chipotle, the nod and look. Well, the past 5 quarters have been really crap for Starbucks. They were already struggling, to keep its vibe going and everything. Customers are boycotting and, for different reasons. And the stock's down. And all he went on about, was back to Starbucks, this big plan and everything.
I don't know if it's that. In our town, they recently opened a 7 Brew.
Mhm.
And there's a Dunkin' straight across the road, and there's a Starbucks. And both those places used to be packed all the time.
Mhm.
And 7 Brew, 7 Brew. And now Dunkin's and Starbucks is empty constantly. And
Well,
I'm
as
gonna
they
tell
as they
you.
should be.
yeah,
I
and 7 Brew is backed up to like a long way.
I actually because I have a Starbucks and a Dunkin' on my way to work. And yes, I'm guilty because I have to have caffeine, and some mornings I just don't get moving early enough to take
If
care
it
of
was-
that at home.
If it was proper, I would snort coffee.
Right, same. But I will tell you, and I want to thank Mandy because she
didn't
has
know where that
posted
was
a
going.
lot about 7 Brew, since it opened in your town. We had one open and I didn't even know it. I would not have known what it was were it not for Mandy. And last weekend I went through there and I'm like, dear God, if they were closer to work, I'd never set foot in Dunkin' or
Well,
in Starbucks again.
It's just we don't get paid by 7 Brew yet, but
It was
the
good
still
coffee, and there were 30 people behind me in line.
yeah,
And
it's
I'm
so
like, dear
I don't
God,
know. I don't
during
know
the
if they're
week.
I don't know if they're going to sponsor a show that makes dick jokes.
no. They might, but anyway, we go. She goes to 7 Brew so much when we get in the car, the GPS automatically assumes that's where we're going. I'm not
Well, like I
even
said, I had an appointment the other morning. I was off work, and like I said, this was Tuesday morning at 10 o'clock. That's what floored me about how many people were in line. And I'm like, dear God, I mean, where are these people? Why are these people working? Because I was off there, but I figured it'd be a good time to go through there. And I got in and out pretty quick. But like I said, behind me, it just went on and on. But like I said, it was very good coffee and they were very friendly. I mean, I was very happy. So,
But anyway, with private equity buying into Freddy's, the burgers are going to turn into sliders, I'm assuming.
Probably. Another thing that is telling of all this, like Freddy's employee retention rate isn't that good. And to Morgana's point, talking about Starbucks, their employee retention rate, think about this. They have a 50% turnover rate.
that's insane.
So they've made the conditions because they don't sell
That's
Starbucks.
like a call center turnover rate.
more. That's way
That's
more.
Um,
But what's crazy is Starbucks treats their people like that's a career, though,
Mm-hmm.
and
which is nuts.
but fast food and all these places now do have massive turnovers like that, and I think that's just kind of like a worth ethic and plus a pay thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make enough money to live, not unless you're living with like 2 or 3 people anymore.
It's a running joke that
It's a good job.
a lot of the baristas have degrees.
Yeah,
And even though that is a joke, that is partial truth.
Mhm.
But as an employee at Starbucks, they try to make you stay.
Mm-hmm.
So it's telling, I think, that they're at a 50% turnover. It'd be different if it was McDonald's.
Okay, I want to go there for just a second since we're talking about this. I don't go to McDonald's often, probably every 3 or 4 months.
yeah.
And I went in there the other day and I haven't ordered a hash brown, just a hash brown and a drink in a couple years. $5.42 for one hash brown and one drink.
Did you actually get a hash brown though? That's the
I
issue
did.
I wanted to do. Like
I did. But that hash brown was $2.89. I
that's
can
the
buy a
issue I
12
wanted to.
pack of the same hash browns at Walmart for $2.
Yeah,
That's
I
the
don't
issue.
think
them in the fry.
That's the issue I run into though with fast food places now. You don't the orders hardly you're 50-50 if the order's even going to be right. And that's not a corporate thing or nothing. That's a work ethic thing.
my God,
I don't know.
it's getting so expensive. Like we ordered something a while back, and it was like $30 for 2 people.
Yeah. You can't go to fast food anymore. We quit when we go to barbecue joints. Like, all right, so we did go to KOC 2 nights ago.
I bet that was expensive.
$42.
Yeah.
And tonight we went to a local barbecue place. It's $22 and more food than I can eat. I fed some up to dogs.
Oh, that's Mo and I last
What's up,
Monday,
Steve?
last Friday went to New Orleans, and which is a tourist town, and they have tourist prices. But we got seafood with all the stuff and drinks for like $42. And like I say, if I go to KFC and get a bucket of chicken with the sides, it's going to be that much or more.
Yeah, it's not worth $42.
I agree. And you know where's even worse than Taco Bell's? Popeyes. It's like $50 for Popeyes now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I love Popeyes, but
I do too. But
not that much.
No.
yeah, that's it.
It's kind of a good thing though. I know people's going to go against me on this, but hear me out. With these corporate restaurants, the prices are soaring through the roof to where you might as well go out and eat at a mom and pop place because it's cheaper now.
Mm-hmm.
Back in the day, sometimes it'd be a little higher.
Mm-hmm.
Like we have a sub shop in town. Go to Penn Station, get 2 subs. What's that running you like $40-something? We went to this place. It was 23. So
it does give an opportunity to support smaller businesses.
It does. We're that way with Mexican because I can go get real Mexican for what I can go to Taco Bell for.
Exactly.
Mm. So, and it's much better food.
Tex-Mex anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. Well, we have a few that are actually true, authentic Mexican.
You're far enough
Mexican run.
You're far enough south.
Mm-hmm.
We know.
Come on down and visit me. We'll go to all the good places.
We're supposed to be in New Orleans in October, so we might swing by.
October?
Yeah.
Please don't go on Halloween.
We are going on Halloween. It's Mandy's birthday.
That's a bad deal,
Her
dude.
birthday's Halloween?
Mm-hmm.
That's my mom and my niece's birthday, too. That's awesome. I love it.
I'm sure Morgana can tell you after the show how crazy it is down there.
They ain't seen crazy yet, motherfucker.
All right. So, some different news. There is a major election coming up in Germany in the North Rhine-Westphalia. 18 million people, over 20,000 candidates are vying for local seats. On September the 14th, the Alternative for Germany, or the AfD, was gearing up for a big push, but in the weeks leading up to this vote, just 7 candidates, 4 of the main contenders and 3 of the reserves passed away within a 2-week window.
It's not as bad as whenever Mexico's president got elected.
That's true.
There was like 38 candidates that got killed leading up to her election.
Yeah. Well, that's or go to Russia and anybody.
Anybody, yeah. Everybody.
Yeah. He's only been poisoned 4 times. That 5th one got him. But the candidates included Ralph Lang, 66 years old, Wolfgang Klinger, 71, Stefan Berendez, 59, and Wolfgang Seitz, 59. And then the reserve, one reportedly died of kidney failure following liver disease, and another tragically took his own life. And of course, the authorities are quick to step in. Oh no, there's no evidence of foul play.
Imagine if 7 of our major politicians on either side got ripped like that, regardless of what they said the cause was.
That's right.
So everybody would be like, it's this.
Yes. Yeah. And here's the thing, their party's already under scrutiny because it's very controversial anti-immigration stance. So, but now then on top of all of that, they're trying to get everything redone because now, they have all of these ballots with these 7 people on them and
It's
everything.
gonna be
They're having
hard
to get all
to-
that redone. So
Hard to reorganize it fast
Yeah.
enough.
So who knows what'll end up happening over there over the next few months.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I don't
Absolutely.
know. I don't know. We need to look into buying an island somewhere and just move there and start our own little community, like our own little
I
government.
could get behind that.
That's
Dibs
great
on
until one of the HARP hurricanes wipes it off the face of the earth.
That's fine.
There are more northerly islands that don't get the hurricanes.
Yet.
Yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is right. I swear to God, they've been doing stuff because the weather's been nuts in the past couple of years, like with Helene and all the tornadoes and tornado alleys moving. And now it's going to be 80 degrees here on Christmas.
Mhm. Yes.
Which another crazy, I mean, this kind of leads into it, like being out on an island, but apparently there's a something that went viral is there's a 2-mile wide dome that's crawling on the ocean floor.
Crawling.
Yeah, pull that picture up. That's in the.
Let me put on.
That thing's kind of freaky looking.
If you remember Stan Deo showing us how meteors and stuff were hitting the Earth, comets and all of that, it's very reminiscent of that. But they're saying that they've used Google Earth to determine this thing's moving. And it's leaving a meandering trail unlike anything you'd expect from a random boulder or an asteroid that hit the ocean or a current. Some people are speculating that this is actually that it could be an intelligence controlled object like those drones that we talked about a couple months ago that DARPA has been working on. Some people are also saying this is a mobile underwater base that is intelligence, but there's skeptics.
Looks like the hantavirus under a microscope.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, right here,
There's skeptics.
Right
Skeptics
here.
are saying that this is just a sonar glitch, though.
Yeah, and right here's the trail it's leaving. It started right here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So, but
again,
that is
never going to get sponsored by Seven Brew.
You can't say that stuff, but that is weird. Like it started here, then it made an arch, and what is that? Do you think it's just a rolling ball?
No, they say it can't be. They say that a current, even if it was pushing a huge asteroid that were 2 miles, this thing's 2 miles wide.
Yeah, that's
so
huge.
People are speculating that it's some sort of underwater drone or base. But skeptics.
What's really
And
tricky is right here along one of the drag lines that Mr. Dale was talking about.
Well, it probably made that turn because it couldn't get up over that hump, whatever it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I would think, I mean, this is obviously, dome shaped, whereas I feel like if it were an asteroid or something like that, it would be
irregular
a dip. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. And I said hump, but literally that cartography that Cecil was pointing out, that could be as big as like Mount Everest.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is 2 miles. I mean, think about it. If this is 2 miles right here, then this is another 2 miles, and that's about 2 1/4 right there.
Yep.
So that's almost 6 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was weird.
That is weird.
Trying to see. Oh, trying to see what we got left here. There was a crazy self-defense case in Canada, which I wanted to have a spirited discussion with everybody about.
Mm-hmm.
You're not kidding, Landa. Literally, you can't take him anywhere. Can't take him anywhere. But basically, just to water this down so we can get through everything. So what happened is, dude breaks into your house with a crossbow and threatens your life.
He catches lead.
And yeah, you defend yourself, but he lives. And now the person who was defending themselves is going to trial.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's common.
But I put a YouTube video on there. There's a video of the police chief talking about this stuff, and it almost seems dystopian. Like it kind of goes against our basic human nature, which would be like any animal, to defend your young or
Yeah.
protect your sanctity of life. I can hear it, but can't see it.
No, I'm muted it because I don't have YouTube Premium or whatever.
Oh, okay.
All right, let's see.
And we only have to listen like the
his
first
own
minute.
statement and his own mind up about that. What I would say is, as a police service, we'll follow the laws as they're written. If the laws change, we'll change with the laws. But as it stands, we know the best defense for most people is to comply. As you've just heard, a number of safety recommendations will allow for those that are victimizing members in the community to leave and not harm anyone. It sometimes can fall on deaf ears when members feel like they have to take matters into their own hands. And the only thing I'd say is, if we are going to rely on our community members to take matters into their own hands to solve this problem, we have all failed our community. I've been down at Queen's Park. I've provided comments on bail reform.
You can kill that.
Have many of my colleagues across.
So if somebody comes into your house with a bow and arrow, gun, whatever it may be, they want you to just
comply.
Out.
To comply with, to give them whatever they want.
Which, I mean, I would, but you can't trust somebody not to be a fucking psychopath.
Yes.
And
That's
looking
right.
to murder somebody.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not in me, because that's always the big argument for if you're being raped, just comply. No. Hell no.
Well, you know how long it takes depending on where you live, it takes a long time for first responders to get there.
Yeah. I live 30 miles from the nearest sheriff's department, you know. I mean, no.
My whole thing with it is, I mean, if I knew for a fact that they were there to get stuff, I'd be like, take this shit. You know, it ain't worth killing somebody over. You can have it. And then I'll file my insurance claim and get my shit back. But you can't trust that. You can't trust that they're just there. And you can't trust that they don't think you're going to go to the cops after and tell on them and want to clear stuff up. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
And, you know, I don't want to take anybody's life over, you know, stuff, but also, do they want to lose their life over stuff? You know what I mean? They have the decision too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
exactly. It's kind of like back here a few years ago. There was a kid that broke into a restaurant after hours, and he fell, and it killed him. I mean, I can't remember exactly what happened. I don't know if it was knife or electrical or whatever, but. Then the owner of the restaurant had to go to court because the guy broke in and killed himself.
Yeah.
That's stupid. You know, there's nothing about that that's okay.
Some of these laws are crazy. Like they're almost
let it happen to their families.
Right.
I hate to say that, but like the only people that think like that are people that don't live in the real world or like in a place where that could ever happen.
Yeah. We had a guy that we grew up with, but I'll start by saying this guy was an asshole growing up. He was a bully, you know, and we were all smaller than him. So this is not someone I like. However, that said, he had been feuding with neighbors for years over a piece of land that they both thought belonged to them. Mm-hmm. And this guy and his brother showed up at his house. And when he opened the front door, they had guns pointed at him, ready to shoot. So of course he comes around and he shoots both of them. One of them dies, one of them didn't. He got a 25-year sentence And the sheriff told him the best thing you could have done was killed them both, because it's his word against yours. And he said they were there to talk and yada, yada, yada.
Your
Like,
Honor,
that's bullshit. That is complete bullshit. If you come to my house threatening me with guns, then God help you.
Yeah.
Because I know me.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, and like I said, I feel like, you know, that I have no problem with background checks and, you know, and all that stuff. But I do have a problem with, you know, people.
Actually, honestly, I'm a gun owner, and I think that we should have stronger background checks. Honestly,
Exactly.
I really do believe that.
You know,
I believe that.
If you don't have anything to hide, then why are you worried about a background check?
Exactly.
You know,
like if you're taking antipsychotics or
mm-hmm.
you know, something crazy.
Agree with that part.
But yeah, I know Easy, if you're listening, you would probably disagree with that, but I think there's a I don't know, like there's a line to be drawn somewhere. And yes, I think that the Second Amendment's important, the First Amendment's important. It's something that sets us apart and makes us one of the best places in the world. You know, every place has their faults, but at least we're not you know, seeing women drug out into the street for stuff.
Yep.
But on that note, I want to end with one of the Helen Keller videos.
Of course you which one? Just the first one?
It don't matter. It's all three the same dude that we watched Saturday. So he's defending him. He's defending himself.
All right. So there was slight controversy over the Helen Keller video. So we want to allow this fellow who made these videos to defend himself, I'm assuming. So let's go ahead and watch it here.
That's crazy, Jenny.
I am not dumb.
Yeah, and I ain't either. That's my whole point. I ain't dumb either. But you trying to convince me I am. So if I'm saying I ain't dumb, you saying you ain't dumb, one of us got to be dumb. Because I just seen you look at the camera. I ain't just about to sit here and act like you didn't just look at the camera after you got done saying that. I watched you sit there and say that little evil sentence that you just said that you did just like this. You look dead at the camera. You knew where it was. How you knew where it was if you so blind? Was you really blind or was you just legally blind? I'm legally blind. Is that what it was? I think that's what it was, bro. You couldn't have been. Did anybody ever flinch at this lady? Like, that's what I'm wondering. Like, I know y'all probably cut her some slack, but, like, did anybody ever just walk up to her and just act like they were just about to start cutting her jaw and just see what she did? I bet you she jumped out the way and moved. You know what I'm saying? You on here talking about some, I am not dumb, and then trying to convince me that I am to believe this. That's what I'm saying, Helen. Man, give that stuff up, bro. We ain't going for that no more, okay? I'm the one that's not dumb. That's why I'm the real not dumb one. You, you ain't far from it. If it ain't, you ain't that far from it.
Hit one of the other ones. He does different angles of this. And you know what? I support this fellow. I think I also think that she was maybe legally blind or legally deaf and not fully blind and fully deaf.
Yeah, I mean, I've got to look into it. Let's watch it.
I'm about to prove it to y'all once and for all that Helen Keller ain't writing no damn book, okay? I'm about to take this crayon and I'm gonna close my eyes and write something in Japanese on this piece of paper, and I'm gonna get y'all to translate it for me, okay? And I know y'all probably wondering why Japanese, bro. I'm gonna tell y'all why. Because I know as much about Japanese as damn Helen Keller know about anything, which is nothing. Nothing at all. All right, so how she probably held the pencil like this. Watch this. What's something in Japanese, bro? I be seeing some symbols sometime like that. I think I be seeing this one sometime, bro. Yeah, I done seen that one before. All right. Translate that. Somebody take that and translate that into a book for me, bro. This is all Helen Keller was doing over and over when they handed her that pencil. And that's what it turned out like. And y'all telling me she wrote a book. And that's what we supposed to believe. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Okay. Anyway, to be continued, the saga of this guy and his silent killer.
It makes some good points. I mean, if you're completely deaf, completely blind, it would be like just learning Japanese or something.
She could have had a ghostwriter.
Could have had a ghostwriter.
Yeah, that's
Oh my
true.
You know, they existed back then.
All right. Anyway, what's happening on Weird Awakens?
Cecil doesn't get embarrassed about dick jokes, but he's embarrassed about the dude talking about conspiracies.
Yeah.
Well, I sent Tully an article and told him I wanted him to read it, and I noticed he didn't.
I must not have seen it.
Sure.
No, I really didn't. I've been sick this week.
No, I sent it to you. Actually, it's been several weeks ago. And told you next time we did it, I wanted you to do the Friday Feel Good.
Oh, I'll put it on. I'll put it on there for next week then.
Okay, I'll find it for you and I'll resend it. We are talking about controversies or secrets of the U.S. government.
Ooh, that'd be a fancy one.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't you jump on?
Yep, you should jump on.
You know what? Let me make sure that I ain't gotta do nothing, and I might just do that.
Awesome.
And who are we talking to tomorrow?
Oh God, we're talking to
Barbecue Bigfoot guy.
Spencer Jameson. We're going to be doing Bigfoot and barbecue.
Sweet.
So he's a Bigfoot researcher, and he was once a competition barbecuer that was barbecuing against names like Malcolm Reed, Heath Riles, the huge name and the huge names in barbecue. So it's going to be a good food conversation. Love that for us.
Sweet.
And love that for everybody listening. That'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central tomorrow. And if you're listening and you don't already follow us, go follow us. If you're listening to this on BitChute, go follow us on Rumble.
Yeah. So that conversation tomorrow is going to be sweet, or may it be savory. But yep. But like Tully said, follow us on everything. Go to 4rbs.com. Use promo code WITF for 20% off. You're getting ready to see a commercial. And thank you all for watching us, because we're watching you.
The bees are dying, and our survival hangs in the balance. In the past year, over 70% of U.S. bee colonies, more than 1.1 million hives, were lost, marking the worst collapse on record. At 4RBs, we're fighting back with our breakthrough PureWave cell, a quantum frequency device crafted with 48,000 Gauss rare earth magnets in the shape of the flower of life. When placed inside a beehive, it delivers remarkable results. Colonies grow 2 to 3 times larger, honey production soars, pesticide and antibiotic use drops to zero, colony collapse nearly vanishes, and queen replacements plummet. Every purchase also supports our beekeeper program, providing free PureWave cells to small beekeepers worldwide, rebuilding life one hive at a time. Join the fight today and buy a jar of PureWave honey, or even one of the cells used by the beekeepers. Use code WITF for 20% off at 4rbs.com. And if you're listening on audio only, that's the number 4, letter R, bees.com.